New tonight at 10, we're taking you inside a place chances are you will never see. The Drug Enforcement Agency's lab right here in Chicago.
Every year they process tens of thousands of pieces of evidence, dangerous drugs seized from our very own neighborhoods. New for us tonight, take a look at this table full of drugs seized by the Will County Sheriff's Office.
The feds raided a house in southwest suburban Frankfort where the owner is accused of running a huge fentanyl operation.
Police found 17 pounds of marijuana and $7,000 in cash.
This unit holds buckets that maintain 50 pieces of evidence in each side one of these buckets, and they go all the way back.
You're getting a look inside one of 7 drug vaults deep in the Chicago Drug Enforcement Agency. Vaults storing evidence from cases across 12 Midwest states.
DEA, Customs, ATF, Bureau of Prisons.
And Pamela Triplett is in charge of protecting it all.
Right now we have about 46,246 odd pieces of evidence that we're holding.
It's overwhelming to see how much is in here.
It can get overwhelming for us sometimes too.
And are they always full?
Always. Always.
Even when you dispose of them, there's plenty behind it to fill it up.
As it's going out, it's coming in continuously.
I look at what you have in here, and it's, as an outsider, overwhelming, the amount of drugs.
I would agree with you, and I would actually venture a guess that the public watching would be astounded if they knew the amount of drugs that are seized throughout the country every year.
Sheila Lyons was the first female special agent in charge of the DEA Chicago Field Division. In just the first 6 months of this year, this team seized 1.6 million pills of fentanyl. That's almost 3 times more than they did all of last year.
The cartels are alive and well and pushing drugs into this area at record paces. These guys, they're vicious and they're cruel, but they ain't dumb. They're cunning in what they're doing and why they're doing it, and they don't care who lives or dies.
Here I have weighed out about 2 milligrams of sugar. 2 milligrams is the lethal dose of fentanyl. So this would be, if this were fentanyl, this would be the amount of a lethal dose.
This would kill you, just that little bit.
Yes,
Can you
that's
pour
correct.
it out?
Yes. It's right there.
You can barely see it.
It's a small amount.
Inside the DEA's lab, chemists like Victoria Barron and Samantha Sarakowski work tirelessly to identify every piece of evidence that comes through this building. One of their biggest concerns right now, fentanyl cocktails showing up on the streets of Chicago.
So what you see here is the exhibits I'm working on this week, and they all contain fentanyl, but they all look pretty different. This is just fentanyl and sugar. This is fentanyl, heroin, acetaminophen, medetomidine. We're seeing a lot more medetomidine in the samples now, and xylazine.
These are veterinary tranquilizers,
Yes,
and they're showing up in drugs on the street.
correct.
How do these compare to fentanyl as far as lethality?
The difference is that Narcan doesn't work.
The pills like we saw in there, they look real. People might think, oh, this is an actual oxycodone, but it has enough fentanyl in it to kill them.
Sure.
50% of the time. It's Russian roulette with recreational drugs.
That's absolutely right. It's Russian roulette every single time with any and all of these drugs, especially these pills. 1.6 million fentanyl pills seized in just the first half of the year throughout Illinois, Indiana, and Wisconsin.
So based on what we heard in the lab, half, if those had hit the street, 750,000 people could have died.
Right.
Is that realistic?
Yes. This dope will kill you if it hits the street.
The cycle never breaks, and we want it to break, but it hasn't yet.
And for longtime DEA employees like Pamela Triplett, there is some reward seeing these vaults constantly full. Does it give you some satisfaction knowing that this will never hit the streets?
It does, absolutely. Which is why I love working here, because I know that we're still doing something. It's still working because we're still seeing it get off the streets.
Shortly after our interview, Sheila Lyons announced her retirement. Shane Catone has been named the new special agent in charge of the DEA Chicago Field Division.
Just seeing those few grains, it really puts it into perspective.
Well, it's any recreational drug now.
Yeah.
You're counting on a drug dealer to dial in your high, and they don't care if you live or die.
Right.
So you have to be so careful if you don't know where it came from. Even these pills people think are oxycodone or maybe something to help them study, like an Adderall.
Right. Mix it with just a little bit of that. And
it's so horrifying and scary
deadly.
to see just how deadly it is. Russian roulette.
Right.
Yeah.